Hue has become the most popular indoor smart lighting around, and now it's time for them to conquer the outdoors. Welcome everyone, it's Andrew here for AppleInsider, and we have the Hue Lily outdoor spotlight system. So this is kind of a base unit, and additional lights can be added to this. So this is just the base. You're going to get the power cable, kind of the extension cords and splitters for these 3 lights. And unlike some of the other Hue outdoor lights, these are capable of the full color range, same as a lot of their interior bulbs. What makes this really cool is Hue is the first HomeKit outdoor lighting products. So not just this base system that we're looking at here, the Lily, but all of the other Hue bulbs out there. And of course, they all come back to that bridge, and the bridge is what's going to connect all of these lights into the Home app. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to open this up, see what's inside, see how the build quality is and what they can do. We're going to install them, connect them to the Home app, run the whole gamut on this guy, and see how the first kind of outdoor HomeKit lights are going to perform. Opening the box, you've got 4 boxes on inside of that. There are 3 smaller boxes, each of those containing one of the lights and the stake to put them into the ground. Then you have one larger extra box that's going to contain all the different power cables, power supply, everything else that you need to actually use these guys. I will say that they have sent an ample amount of cabling here. There is a lot, so you really have a lot of flexibility in how you put these out. They can really have a lot of space between them if that's what you want. Unlike me, I have a smaller area to cover, and this is plenty of cable, much more than I actually need. Once you get everything opened up, it looks a little bit ridiculous. There is a lot of stuff going on here. So just to kind of walk you through what you actually get inside. So you have these 3 extension cables. Those are actually to connect all of the lights to one another and to the power supply, which is here. So you have the actual power supply. You have a few different adapters that are kind of splitting this thing up, and the actual part that goes into the wall. Everything here is meant to be outside. So everything is really secure in how they're connected together and watertight. As you connect all those cables to one another, they really screw into place and hold on really well. I do like how they broke everything into pieces. They could have put this all kind of already assembled for you, but you really have a lot of modularity here, depending on which cables you use, if you use the splitters or not. Everything kind of goes together. So the way it usually works is you have the power supply going to a cable, going to a splitter, which goes to a light, another cable to another splitter, which attaches to the next light, which attaches to another cable, which attaches to the final light there at the end. Of course, you don't have to use all those extensions. You could make them really tight together, but that's going to be up to you. Now, for the lights themselves, there are a couple different mounting options you have. They have these spikes, and I've used a lot of different lighting spikes, and they're generally pretty terrible and break really easily. Not this. These things are solid. They are strong. These spikes, they look dangerous. They look quite dangerous, but they hold in the ground really well. They're long, and they're all made out of metal. They screw in really securely right into the base of each individual lamp. The base I'm removing here actually has 2 holes on it and allows you to actually mount that to something. So whether it's a wall or into cement, whatever you want to mount this into, you're able to do that with those screws and keep it kind of permanently in place. Or if you just want to stick it into the grass, into the garden, that is totally doable too with these stakes. The lights are completely adjustable. Not only can you kind of rotate them there when you're putting them into the ground, but the lights themselves can change direction. You have a lot of degrees of direction here and then just lock them in. These are not going anywhere once you tighten them down. Even though these have a lot of parts, they're really quick to put together. Just throwing these into our garden patio area, it only took a few minutes. We did test them indoors, make sure everything lit up right before trying to mount things and figure out placement. And just as we expected, they just tie into place and turn right on. Works really easy. You can pair them indoor while you're actually just setting them up, or you can take them outdoor and set them up there. As far as build quality goes, we were really impressed. Pretty much everything is made out of really high quality metal. Even the cables themselves have this kind of soft touch matte finish to them, which is going to make them not reflect a light when they're kind of hidden into your grass or your areas that these lights are hiding, but they just feel a little bit nicer quality than just the run-of-the-mill cable that you're going to see at Home Depot or Lowe's. One of our first concerns with these lights is they are outdoors, which means you could have an issue with these lights connecting to your Hue bridge or any of your other Hue lights that are around. Zigbee is kind of a mesh network, so these can just connect to another bulb and extend your network further, but again, you still have to something within range to actually make that work. Luckily for us, there didn't seem to be any issue at all. We just had these, about 10-15 feet outside of our door, and they were able to connect just fine. Once they're connected, you can go ahead and pair them with the Hue app. Again, it only took us a couple of moments, and then you can start to play with them. You can assign them to rooms and start adjusting the color and the brightness. I will say that while everything looks really nice here on camera, it looks even better in person. The colors are really, really vivid, and even the blues, the greens, and those are the areas that kind of Hue lacked in earlier versions of their products. They were really strong here. It was a very good green, a very bright blue, very, very good color reproduction here. We've tested a few of Hue's outdoor lights, and overall we're really, really impressed. We're really excited to see HomeKit extend to the outside. We've only seen a few outdoor products like the iHome and the iDevices outdoor switches. We've seen some water controllers, but otherwise we've been pretty limited in what HomeKit can do on the outside of your home. Now that's no longer going to be an issue. Lily itself was really, really fun because it allows you to have a lot of atmospheric lighting out there. You can have them as security lights, especially when you tie them into different things like HomeKit. Launching the HomeKit app, you can see we have these right here on our patio. We can tap them to turn them off, tap them again to turn them back on. Jump into them to adjust the brightness or the color or even the white color balance, doing something more warm or something more cool. You saw all the colors outside already, so you don't need to go through all of that again, but it can be set here in the Home app or, of course, in the Hue app. Once you get done just playing with the lights in general, you can set up a bunch of different automations and triggers, whether people arriving or leaving, whether it's a certain time of day, whether a button or something is pressed, or more fun, if something triggers like a sensor, like a motion sensor. So you can see here, we just had a motion triggering right now in our parking lot or our patio area. That can actually trigger, that motion in the camera can actually trigger the lights to turn on. So if someone comes around, lights immediately pop on, can help scare them away or keep maybe some animals out of your gardens. Hue's lights have always been some of our favorites, even though they've been a little bit expensive. We really, really love the Lily and are excited to test out the other Hue outdoor lights. Down in the comments, be sure to let us know what you think and find the link to pick up a pair for yourself.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit that subscribe button. Also, check out our price guide, which makes it extremely easy to find the best deals on Apple products updated daily. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next video.